Okay, so what I'd like to do is really show them how to foam or froth the perfect plant-based.
Fantastic. Let's do it like that. I'll get some coffee in these cups,
Okay.
froth the product, and then maybe you can do the explaining about which points you have to pay attention to.
I think one of the first things to notice is to make sure that it's cold from the fridge, and that's true of anything. When you open up a new packet, take off the top, and this is a great thing to know. Put it back on there and give it a quick shake, just to make sure it's evenly distributed. Our milk jugs, of course, should be clean. They should be also the right size as anything you want to foam. How many times the same milk?
Just once.
Yeah, we don't refoam, whether it is dairy or whether it's plant-based, so we make sure we're foaming the correct amount.
How far do we fill a jug?
For the right amount for the 2 coffees. So this, of course, is for 2, so we're just at that, just below halfway, as you say. So it's the same here. We're going to be stretching it. We're going to be creating more volume within the milk jug. So you definitely don't want to fill it up to here because otherwise you'll be making a mess. Also, notice on the top, there's written opened on. So a good advice is to just have a marker, put on the day's date so you know that when it was opened.
How long can you keep it?
5 days is guaranteed.
With Alpro, but always check with the specific brand and product that you're using, what's written on the pack.
But I'd certainly hope if your coffee shop's working well, that would be gone within a day.
Yes. Ideally, yes.
So.
Okay, so first thing is purging.
And this is also, in session 3, we spoke about cross-contamination. So you want to ensure that we don't have any leftover proteins from before. So it's purge before, clean, purge afterwards. Nice clean cloth as well.
Next step. Keep your nozzle on the surface of the drink.
Yep.
And then we open it, right?
So you want to be able to create a nice vortex or a nice movement within there. The amount that you stretch it can often depend on what drink we're trying to create, and of course which product we're using. So for some plant-based, you might need to stretch it more and others less, and I think that's very true with dairy or anything really. First thing we do. So is it with a clean cloth, clean on the outside and purge again. So we should have a nice shiny surface, very much like anything dairy and perfect for making a flat white cappuccino.
Yep. Could you hear the sound change during frothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we stretch the product up to more or less 36 degrees, and then once it reaches body temperature, you push that steam one further in.
And your final temperature here?
60 degrees. Yeah, but you can go up to 65, but personally I prefer 60.
Yeah.
So if you've got difficulties finding the right temperature, you can always use a thermometer or a temperature sticker that could help you reach the right temperature.
And this, what's that for?
That's to ensure that the foamy part gets mixed with the liquid part underneath.
So it's nice and homogeneous, but as you're pouring, it should be one product as opposed to layered within
Exactly, and then you get this nice and shiny product. Okay.
And you also want to make sure we're pouring into the espresso. The espresso should be nice and fresh, so it shouldn't be sitting there for too much time. Great, we get to finish with a coffee for both of us.
It's for you. Make a second one for myself. Nice oat cappuccino.
And ideally, we'll finish with nothing left over in the milk jug. So therefore, you can instantly give it a rinse, give it a clean. Sometimes it can be a good idea to have them cold as well, because it will help a little bit. I know you're just showing off.
Trying to. But it's hard in a cappuccino, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a bit thicker.
It's a bit thicker, and the cups don't help here.
Which one do you want, tulip or swan?
I'll go for my tulip, thanks.
Great. Enjoy.
I love the mouthfeel. I love the oat. I do.